In a secluded village nestled within the folds of mist-laden mountains, where the whispers of the past intertwined with the rustling leaves, a scholar named Wang lived a life steeped in solitude. He was a man of gentle demeanor, known for his kindness and intellect, yet his heart bore the weight of loneliness. The world around him was vibrant with life, but within the confines of his modest dwelling, silence reigned supreme. One fateful afternoon, as he wandered through the dense forest, he heard a soft, heart-wrenching cry that pierced through the stillness. Drawn by the sound, he ventured deeper into the woods, where the light filtered through the canopy in ethereal beams, casting shadows that danced upon the ground. There, by a winding path, he encountered a vision that seemed to belong to another realm. A woman of breathtaking beauty, her silk garments shimmering like moonlight on water. Yet her pallor hinted at a sorrow that lay heavy upon her soul, and her eyes, filled with unshed tears, beckoned him closer. "What troubles you, fair maiden?" Wang inquired, his voice a mere whisper against the backdrop of the forest's hushed sighs. "I am lost and alone," she replied, her voice a haunting melody that lingered in the air. "My family was taken from me by bandits, and I am the last of my kin. I have nowhere to go." Wang's heart surged with compassion, and he extended his hand toward her. "Come with me," he urged. "You shall find refuge in my home, where I will care for you." As they made their way back, the woman exuded an aura that captivated Wang, wrapping him in a spell of fascination. In the dim light of his home, she transformed the mundane into the extraordinary. Her laughter echoed like chimes, and her presence ignited a warmth within him that he had long thought extinguished. Yet, as the days passed, a shadow loomed over their growing intimacy. She rarely ate, her meals consisting of nothing more than a few delicate bites, and she never ventured outside during daylight hours. When Wang probed into her past, she would evade his questions, her expression shifting from sorrow to an unsettling, distant gaze. One night, as the moon bathed the room in silver, Wang awoke to find her standing beside his bed, her figure ethereal and alluring. "Do you love me?" she asked, her voice dripping with a seductive sweetness. "With all my heart," he breathed, entranced by her beauty. She leaned down, her lips brushing against his in a kiss that sent a shiver of warmth coursing through him. Yet beneath the surface, he felt an icy chill, a whisper of something amiss. Days turned into weeks, and the allure of the woman began to morph into an obsession. Wang's friend, a wise Taoist monk, sensed the shift upon his visit. As he stepped into the dimly lit home, a chill swept through the air, and his eyes narrowed, probing the shadows. "There is a dark presence here," he warned, his voice grave. "A spirit, perhaps even a demon." Wang laughed nervously, dismissing the monk's concerns. "You are mistaken. She is kind and gentle, a victim of circumstance." The monk's expression remained somber. "Kindness can mask the darkest of intentions. Take this talisman," he instructed, handing Wang a small, intricately carved charm. "Hang it above your bed. It may protect you from what lurks in the shadows." That night, with a sense of foreboding, Wang hung the talisman above his bed. The moment the woman noticed it, her expression twisted into one of fury. Her beauty contorted, and in an instant, the facade crumbled. Wang watched in horror as her skin began to peel away, revealing a grotesque skeletal visage beneath. The woman he had cherished was no more. She was a demon, a predator cloaked in the guise of seduction. The creature lunged at him, her claws glinting in the low light, and Wang stumbled backward, heart racing. In a panic, he grasped the talisman, holding it out as a shield. The demon recoiled, hissing with rage. "You cannot escape me," she snarled, her voice a chilling echo of the woman he thought he loved. "You are mine." Desperation clawed at Wang's mind as he fled from the house, the demon's presence hot on his heels. He ran through the darkened streets, the shadows seeming to stretch and claw at him until he reached the temple where the monk resided. Breathless and trembling, he pleaded for help. The monk listened intently, his features carved with concern. "You have been deceived by a demon," he said, "but do not fear. I will aid you." With practiced precision, the monk prepared a ritual, drawing intricate symbols upon the ground, his voice rising in ancient chants that reverberated through the air. He handed Wang a sword, its blade glinting ominously in the flickering candlelight. "If she appears, strike true," he instructed, his gaze unwavering. That night, as darkness enveloped the temple, the demon returned. She appeared before Wang, her beauty restored, tears glistening in her eyes like liquid silver. "Why do you betray me?" she implored, her voice a haunting lullaby. "I love you." Wang's heart wavered, caught in the web of conflicting emotions. Fear battled with pity, and for a fleeting moment he considered her words. Yet the memory of the monster lurking beneath her skin surged forth, reminding him of the truth. With resolve, he raised the sword, its weight heavy in his hands, and struck. The demon's scream pierced the night, a sound of anguish that resonated deep within him. Her form dissolved into a pool of black liquid, the darkness swirling like a tempest. The monk's chants crescendoed, and with a final prayer, the liquid evaporated, leaving only a faint, acrid scent that lingered in the air, a reminder of the horror that had transpired. In the aftermath, Wang returned to his home, but the shadows felt different now, heavy with the echoes of what had been. The memory of the demon haunted him, her face etched in his mind, her voice an ever-present whisper in his ear. The village continued to bustle with life, but Wang existed in a world coloured by dread, each corner turned revealing spectres of his past. The monk's warning echoed in his thoughts, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked just beyond the veil of reality. "Demons are cunning," he had said. "They prey on the lonely and the weak. Do not let your heart be deceived again." Yet, as the nights grew longer and the shadows deeper, Wang found himself drawn to the edge of despair, where loneliness coiled around him like a serpent. The allure of the demon's seductive whispers lingered, a siren's call that beckoned him to the precipice of madness. In the stillness of the night, he often found himself staring into the darkness, waiting for the return of the woman who had captivated him, unaware that the true horror lay not in her form, but in the vulnerability of his own heart.